what's happening?
Yeah, I'm here.
I read you.
And howdy.
I wonder this week myself.
Yeah.
So pardon me if I cough all through the game. But
Well, it is the season.
yeah,
Well, how was your week?
it wasn't bad. I laid out Thursday just because I felt so bad.
Hmm.
And, it's rare for me. But I've since acquired some prescribed meds. So I started taking those today. So maybe I'll improve.
Yeah.
It's just not quite the COVID kind of issues, but it's definitely a sinus going into bronchitis kind of thing.
Yep. I read you.
Yeah, it's just not a whole lot of fun, especially being as I'm facing down, having to be on the other side of Lebanon for a stop at 0600 Monday morning. So I have to leave here about 3. So I've got to go into the shop tomorrow and make up where I was out on Thursday. So I have something to take them.
Yeah. This I understand. I kind of hate having to take days off because you that doesn't mean that somebody's picking up the slack for you.
Right. Very much not.
Very much not.
Well, hello.
Howdy.
My headset's finally working.
Oh, I
Well, there
see.
you go. Yeah, we thought you were just being the silent type here this whole time.
No, I've been
Fiddling.
fiddling with the
Pushing
headset.
Yeah, pushing buttons.
Howdy.
Yeah. Howdy, Chris. How's it going?
All right, how are you?
Yeah, surviving.
Yeah, I understand that. Work kept calling me while I was trying to fish today, and I'm like, stop it. I'm trying to catch fish here.
Stop it.
Didn't actually catch any fish, but caught a turtle.
Well, that was the fish's plan all along. They had Fred over there kind of spam dialing you and impersonating work or perhaps creating issues at work, forcing them to call you.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It is the grand plan. Oh, there shall be no fishing for you.
And the turtles, like the cows, holding up a sign says, eat more chicken.
Yeah.
Well, they were certainly eating more chicken livers today.
Mm.
They were eating a lot more chicken livers than the fish were. Well, that's not true. The fish were eating the chicken livers. They just weren't eating the hook. So they're doing a pretty good job of nibbling the livers off the hook without.
That's right. They're learning, or have learned.
You eat the shish, not the kebab.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day out this year. Still is. So yeah.
Yeah, we went out pretty early today trying to catch the early morning stuff, but
They're still asleep.
Howdy, Steven. How goes?
Greetings. Goes well.
And howdy, Joan.
Hello.
Howdy.
Did you have any better luck than Chris with the fishing?
What did he tell you the turtle caught?
Yeah.
yeah, she caught the turtle. So
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
we caught
So we
a
were just
turtle and a
thinking
lot
about
of
the-
seaweed and a stick.
A stick.
Yeah, little
Yes.
Fish. There.
A rather large stick too.
Felt like it was putting up a fight, huh?
Yeah.
Those fish are getting pretty wily. We were joking how they're calling into Chris's workspace, just to get him to call him to distract.
they were doing a really good job of that.
I haven't prepared as much as I'd like to have for the game here, but I think the way that things are going to go, I don't necessarily have to.
I say, has it ever really affected us?
Oh, yeah. So we got to get this sorted.
Yeah, preparation just gives your players a rail to go off of. So if you just don't give them a rail in the first place, then
Well, the thing is that you gotta, the way Roll20 works. If you want to make use of it, you have to prepare maps. kind of anticipate where the rails might go or might derail. And
Gotcha.
that's what I haven't done. I just
Yeah, I've still got to eventually try to dig into roll 20 on the DM side and figure out what the heck I'm doing.
and howdy, Logan.
Hey, Logan.
Oh gosh, yeah. But as I say, I think this will be fine without that. And believe me, that's not necessarily a positive development for you guys, but we'll see. All righty. Well, folks will wander in as they will. So let's just go ahead and get started. Everybody remember where we parked?
Yeah, we had just found our missing battleship and also a Orion Raider.
That's right. Yeah, in that moon somehow. All right. So at this point, I have to ask, where are you aboard the ship and when this discovery is made? I would think that Bricklin, you're in main engineering doing your job.
That's what I was thinking.
Dawa, you're probably on the bridge doing your job. And Clock, you're also probably on the bridge doing your job. Same for Quinn and Gonzalez. Dr. Mellery is probably in sickbay doing her job. Does that seem all reasonable for you guys?
I think so.
Makes sense to me.
All right. So you've just played billiards with probes. Bing, bing. To determine, hey, they're actually this big rock is hollowed. There is a large facility dug into the. And mind you, this rock's not huge. Well, it's huge by an individual's perspective, 100 kilometers across. But when they had to dig a hole like 10 kilometers deep to make it big enough for the battleship, that's a significant percentage of the rock. So,
Trapdoor spider.
yeah, that's right, trapdoor spider. And howdy, Mr. Peg.
How's everyone?
Well, half of us are frustrated because the fish are conspiring, and half of us have various ailments that are making us uncomfortable and tired, and yeah. So basically normal. I mean, when you get right down to it, we're just those of us with the ailments and the fishing frustration, we're just old. Oh man. How about yourself? Oh yeah, you're looking for your cat child, I see.
Yeah, she's good. No, I had a good day. Went to the zoo, wore everyone out. So hopefully everyone beds down easily.
Today was a day for it.
Oh yeah.
It was just glorious out there. All right. Well, good. At least
I went
folks
to
had an
Walmart. It
opportunity
was
to
kind of
do
the
that.
same thing.
Yeah. I was just warning the crew that I had not had a chance to prepare, but then I realized that I don't really need to for what's about to happen. So the preparation's already been made. So we just went through a roll call to see where everybody is on the ship.
Yeah, we're all going to die.
Yeah, you're all going to die, but we need to know where you are specifically. So most everybody's at their station. So that means a fair number on the bridge. I assume that includes you. You're doing your captain thing. So you got the
Yeah, I'm in the chair. Yeah, I'm in the chair.
let me switch you over to the bridge real quick. I've already kind of shuffled people around. All right. So that's who's on the bridge right now. You've got Dawa, yourself, Quinn, Clock. Hold on, Vector. Let's say he's not. Okay. Yeah. You can't see him. Okay. Then Gonzalez. And then you have one security guy, Taylor, right next to the turbolift. So everybody else is at their doing their day job. You know, Brickland's in main engineering, Mallory's in sick bay. ZZ is down at the administrative office, your first officer. So that's kind of the breakdown of things. It's important to know where people are because this is about the time that you played billiards with probes. You know, they rammed a probe into the big rock and rang it like a bell to see what was on the inside. And you did positively identify, okay, yes, there's what looks like the remains of the battleship Windsor, as well as a surprise, an Orion Marauder. That's when we're going to switch to main engineering here. So Brickland, you're doing your thing, and you're kind of got what's going on the bridge, as most of you do. You know, when there's serious stuff going down, you've got a repeater. You can hear, you know, kind of the voice traffic, you know, from conversations on the bridge. So that's something that Brickland, you would have playing. Dawa, if you were in your office, you would no doubt have that going. Or Dr. Mallory, you may or may not be too busy to listen to that right now. It depends on what you have your hands into, literally. Okay. So, Brickland, you're listening to the discoveries. Let's see here. Give me a moment. You'll find all these things. I haven't looked through the noises in a while. I wonder if this is the long one. Let's find out. Yeah, it's the long one. Okay. You don't hear the whole thing, it's just the last part. Followed quickly by coming from outside the hallway. That noise, and I'll give you the direction that it came from, not the location. But yeah, you hear a transporter affecting, then gunfire coming from what appears to be outside main engineering.
What in the blue blazes? All right. You arm up.
Yes, sir.
And then we shut down the area immediately here around the core, and I report to the bridge that we've got a situation to send security.
Simultaneously, let's make sure that you can see all that. All right. Clock, Gonzalez, Quinn, Belmont, Dawa. There is a sound of transporter effects, and when you look in the direction of where they're coming from, these appear on the bridge. And a firefight immediately ensues. And that's about the time you get the message, Clock, from main engineering that, hey, there's gunfire down here, send security. But Clock, you're a little busy.
Yeah, I relay it, but I think we're a little tied up at the moment.
We're aware.
Okay. So we'll kind of just make everything out here. All right. So let's start with this. First off, these guys are boarding your ship, obviously. As they beam in, you know, it takes a few seconds for them to materialize. So you have a moment to prepare. And Dawa in particular, and I'll give you the rest of your roles to prepare in the way you say, but Dawa will get it automatically given his combat training. So let's start with Dawa. What do you do as these guys are beaming in? You're being boarded.
I'm
Seconds to respond.
hitting there's got to be a emergency alert
Mm-hmm.
on my console, so I hit the emergency alert and pull my weapon
Okay.
and
So
cover the larger quantity as soon as they're fully materialized.
So the intruder alert klaxon sounds throughout the ship, and you hear that down in main engineering. But by the way, Dr. Mallory, who you were busy, doing some routine surgery on someone,
Right.
you hear it too. It's like, wait, what? It's just out of the blue. Everything's going great, and all of a sudden, what? So You're
Okay.
you're not getting. No one's beaming into sick bay.
Well, that's a good thing.
Well, clearly the boarders are interested in taking control of the ship, and how do you do that? Main engineering of the bridge. So that's what's going on there. But the sick bay, for the moment, you don't have any problems like this.
Okay.
So, okay, Quinn, that's going to be your response. Basically, try to hit red alert and begin raising the shields before you do whatever you're going to do. Let's roll for you. And this is kind of what I want for the rest of you on the bridge, because you're Dawa, like I said, he's a security guy. We gave him that as a freebie, but the rest of you, not so much. You don't have the same sort of training. So let's see. Starting with Quinn, it's going to be a daring. Oh, good Lord. Let me see character sheets. Where are you? Quinn. There. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Daring and engineering. It'll be, your normal 2D. You probably don't have anything to add to that right now. Let's see what you got. So that means that you try to do that, but you fumble with the controls, as you're staring at these guys beaming in your face. All right. Okay. So that's one. Next is you're right there. These guys are beaming in front of you. You hear also behind you. You hear a klaxon go off. In a moment, you'll kind of register that's the intruder alert. What do you do?
Well, I was about to look at my focuses, but they're all gone.
What?
Yeah, all my focuses are gone.
Well, I guess it's appropriate to the situation. You're kind of shocked and surprised, but you shouldn't have lost your focuses. Has that happened? Yeah, I see it. Has that happened to everybody else?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Well, just kind of wing it. We'll worry about that later.
I am unfocused.
Hey, everyone's unfocused.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they've updated the character sheet. Is probably what's going on with this. So you had a general idea what your character's focuses were. So if you say that you had it, then we'll say you have it.
Well, I'll pull my phaser and prepare to repel boarders.
Okay, so you're getting ready to shoot at something. Okay, well let's get a roll out of you. Let's see. Give me here, Belmont. Daring and security. Just 2D. Okay, yeah, you're all set. And you kind of being in the chair when they materialize is probably the worst place for you. So yeah, you duck out of the chair and kind of crouch between your chair and the forward console, navigation console. Yeah, that's the best cover you can get. Clock, what do? You're getting that alert from main engineering simultaneous to all this other stuff going on. You have seconds. So what do?
I mean, I send a alert to security. They ought to already know, but
Okay, that's going to take you being you sitting there doing that. So
what else?
There are many options, but you let's see. So let's have a daring roll from you. And just 2D unless you have remember a focus that you should have had that applies to this.
Don't remember a focus, but
so like everyone else, unfocused.
Yeah, they changed the way focuses are laid out. I remember mine vaguely, but
yeah, I don't have a clue.
I think I remember one of mine.
I've got the PDF that it downloaded originally, so I have all my old stuff on there.
Oh, lovely! I did a great job.
Wow.
See if I can have 2 characters in 2 weeks die here.
Okay. Well, again, like Quinn, you're just too startled to hit the right buttons. So you're kind of staring at these guys materializing as you're without looking at the console. mashing buttons randomly. So you like Quinn are in your seat when they finish materializing. All right. Gonzalez. Logan, how do you react to the situation?
Ready my weapon.
Okay. And get ready to receive. All right. So same deal. A daring security roll from you. And see how well you do. All right. Okay, that's good enough. Is there any place you want to be, get some cover someplace instead of just being in your chair?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. So you get armed. Do you stay in your chair? Do you stand? Do you move?
I stand.
Okay. So you're standing there right next to the chair. Got it. So, and then the final person, your helmsman, let's see, tries to do the same thing that Quinn initiated. Tries to just initiate red alert, get the shields up. And yeah, that's probably all she has time to do. So daring, let's see, con, engineering. See how that goes. Okay, good enough. So the shields are coming up. Belmont, you see that. But they're not gonna be up in time to prevent this group from beaming in. All right. Back in main engineering. Okay. There's continued phaser fire from outside. Your engineers have armed up and are amassing here because there's really just one entrance into the main engineering area, right next to where Chief Luz normally hangs out. All right. So, and this guy, Saragat, is keeping an eye on the console, making sure that the engines don't blow up or anything like that.
Yeah.
You need to have somebody, manning the engines, as it were.
Well, I take the moment that everybody's passing out phasers to see what happens to the shields. If it don't go up, at least we can trap these guys in here. I want to try to override and raise shields from here. Whether it goes full red alert or not, I want to raise shields.
So in the moments that you guys are getting organized, you look over at the relay console and do see indeed that the intruder alert's gone off, and a few seconds later, red alert and the shields are coming up.
Okay.
And there's numerous automated processes that happen when red alert comes on.
Yeah.
Weapons are powered. There's additional power to inertial dampeners, all that good stuff. So all that's happening. The automated systems are doing their job. Whoever made it aboard, that's it for a while, unless they can take the shields down themselves. So where do you want to go from here? You don't know what's going on outside main engineering. This door is closed and locked. Luz locked it before he came up.
Yeah. You
still hear fire from outside. And you know that you had a security officer posted out here in the hall. You don't know what the status of that officer is.
Yeah. I can spare 2 to scout out there and see what they see, report back. The rest of us take up defensible positions here inside the door.
Okay. So here is what they see. Who do you send? Luz is the senior chief, and the other are just normal technicians.
Yeah, I'll probably Chamberlain Baxter probably.
Yeah. All right. Chamberlain Baxter. All right. Is that on the right? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. So they pop open the door just long enough to take a chart order reading and peep outside, and they lock it again. Sure enough, the moment they pop it open, a disruptor blast comes just right through there. So there were people watching the door.
Yeah.
And they can report that there are 6 Orion life signs just outside. They can also report that they see 2 casualties on our side so far. The Lindsay, the fellow that was just outside, and then Arame. She's a scientist, an ensign that was working in one of the labs nearby. Apparently, she came out to help defend and got shot.
All right.
The bad guys are having to. They have the majority of them lined up under cover, waiting for an opportunity to come in. But they also have folks that are doing rear guard, fighting. So there's still fighting going on in the main hall, and you're not sure who all that involves. But there's probably others that were, other engineers, other crew members that were in nearby compartments that are just coming out there and doing their job.
All right. I know this is old trick. Section shields, force fields.
Okay. Exactly as you say. You've got bulkheads, doors.
Stuff I can seal. But
yeah, stuff you can seal, but not.
It basically is the whole deck. I can't just seal off the section they're in.
That's right.
Okay. I was hoping.
I understand.
Turn the gravity off where they are and then just shoot them like ducks. But
yeah, it looks like you're pinned in pretty good. I mean, you and the engineers, you know your way around the ship damn well. You can get out through Jeffrey Stubes and whatever you need to do. But this entrance,
without knowing exactly how many we're dealing with, they guys match pretty much man for man down here.
That's right. So that's your situation. Now you, Dr. Melry. Let's see if we can get this sorted out. Working on somebody. These folks you've offloaded already. Neff is creating his evil contraptions in his lab. All right. And you too. You hear the red alert klaxon go off. You first intruder alert, then red alert. But you haven't heard anything from the bridge.
Okay.
So that is itself a bit alarming.
Right.
So how do you want to proceed? Continuing to kind of sort this out. You guys aren't there.
Well, if I'm in the middle of something, I need to make sure that I'm able to step away, because if I'm not, I probably need to finish that first.
Yeah, Brennemer there. Brennemer can finish it up. But yeah, you're the senior officer on this deck. You probably need to go deal with whatever the hell's going on.
I will go. You said I could probably hear from my office if it's turned on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will do that and see if I can figure out what's going on.
All right. Your office is easy to get to, like right over there.
Okay.
Okay, so you get in there and you pull up some of the status monitors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's immediately apparent that you're being boarded, because you can see the relays for the bridge and main engineering. You see the bridge is under attack right now. They are fighting for their lives.
Okay.
And main engineering, it looks like the engineers are pinned down inside main engineering. So yeah, this is a boarding action. And life signs, just giving it to you. You see, okay, look, they beamed in 2 different groups. There's a total of 12 of them. There are Orion on the bridge, 6, and in main engineering, 6.
Okay.
And it's about that time that Chief Smythe comes rushing in to check on you. He's got kind of a thick Australian accent, action hero type, right?
Right.
Dr. Mellery, are you all right?
I'm all right at the moment. I'm seeing what's going on, seeing what I can do.
I'm going to stop doing that accent. So Smythe says, I'm leaving a couple of guys here to protect the sick bay, but I got to go deal with what's going on.
Understand.
And we might need some help from your type. So can you come along? Bring a nurse or 2?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. So that means that you find yourself along with everybody that Smythe was able to kind of gather up on short notice. First off, he marches you and the security folks that he had handy into the armory, which is a place you've actually never been on board
I
before.
can't imagine why.
Yeah, I mean it's right there next to your office. You and let's pick up a nurse or two. Okay, about yeah, there we go. So here's the alarming part of that. He starts issuing Type 3 phasers to every security person there, and then he starts issuing Type 3 phasers, the big phaser rifles, to you and your medical staff. And of course the nurse and tech, you know, they're kind of they haven't really trained on these things. They know what it is,
Right?
which is the pointy end. But no, and Smythe is saying it's not for you. It's for whoever we find on the way that can use it. Just carry them, all right?
Okay.
So yeah, you end up like carrying 3 of these things. It's like, okay, fine. But that's kind of your story of the moment. Now we get back to the bridge where things are about to get desperate.
Rather disappointed that we missed the opportunity to hear, "Damn it, Smythe, I'm a doctor, not a security officer."
And they finish beaming in. All right. So let's start with Dawa. We can kind of do an order. I don't think we actually have initiative in Starfleet Adventures. Let's check on that real quick. Yeah, not so much. So I think the one way that we could do that is the daring roll. Okay, yeah. Spending minutes just setting that up, so yeah, I'll do it this way. All right, so yeah, let's start with Dahl. These guys finish materializing. What do you do?
Phasers.
Who do you want to shoot, and what are you shooting them with? How?
Well, because we're on a thin part of the hull here, I'm going to use phaser on stun, and I will shoot these guys at the front. They're closest to me.
Okay.
So that would be.
So let's say you're going to do a daring security roll.
What happened? Well, I got 2 1s anyway.
Yeah. Daring false. What the hell?
Yes.
Yeah, see, Clock, you had the same problem, and so did Quinn. So it looks like you didn't choose your secondary discipline, or
Well, it was already chosen, and then it.
Okay, well,
clicked off or something. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, we'll say that worked out. So roll your phaser damage.
Oh, let's see here.
You don't even have a type 1. Well, we'll say you had your type 2, and that's fine. Okay, let's see what you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that. Okay. So let's look at these guys. Yeah. Guy on the end falls to the ground. He takes a nap. Okay. And then we'll do this fellow. This, at a glance, and everybody can see this, most of these Orions look like thugs, but one of them is like an enforcer type. He's obviously the NCO of the bunch. So the NCO, that would be this gentleman here, takes a shot at the one closest to him, which would be Quinn. All right.
Use the console for cover.
Too late. You had the opportunity to dive for cover. Instead, you tried to mash buttons.
Right.
That's why I gave everybody a round to, try to not be there. All right. So Thug is going to do this and this. Put 2 dice. See what happens. Okay. All right. with phasers and blasters, I mean, you don't really get to dodge. They're speed of light weapons, right?
Right.
All right. So let's see. Use the pistol. This guy. Let's look at that. Range. Okay. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stress. Basically, 7 points of damage to you. So look at your character sheet, and you'll have a stress bar.
I see it.
All right. You just lost 7 points. Yeah. There you go. So however you want to tabulate it, you know, your maximum stress is 10. You're either down to 3 or up to 7. However you want to go. But,
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you just got shot by a disruptor pistol. Ow.
I look like it really hurt.
It did.
She really plays it up.
Right. So let's do Taylor and this guy. So Taylor, like Dawa, was just waiting for them to finish dematerializing before he just went all out. And so he'll get the opportunity to take his shot. First, all right, daring, security 2. All right. And that's, when it comes to these, you actually need 2 in order to hit. 2 successes. So
Yeah, but he rolled the security false again.
oh, dang gum. What the hell? Yeah, you're right. It deselected it. Now let's. The second one is what he would. Okay, fine. We'll give him 2. Yeah, there's something really squirrely going on with this thing. Here's our Starfleet security guy with a phaser rifle. And he's not set to stun. You might talk to him about that later if you survive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And the guy that he just shot at retaliates. See if it does the same thing. No. This is actually a melee attack with a dagger. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So Taylor and this guy are locked in combat. So Belmont. Already the fight has begun. You've seen Quinn take a hit. Dawa has stunned one of them. There's stuff going on behind you that you can't see. What's your move?
Well, facing forward, I'll shoot forward.
Okay. Which one of these guys you want to shoot at? Got it. So daring security and 2 dice, and we'll see if you get that same problem everybody else has been having. No, you got it. Okay, so that's a miss. You actually have to get 2 successes on a ranged hit like this. Yeah, but you certainly made him kind of whoa. All right, Clock. This guy's going to shoot at you.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay. Proven. Blah, blah. All right. And he misses.
Awesome. I got the stormtrooper of the bunch.
Yeah. All right. We'll draw the little dunce on his head. And you get to retaliate. How do you want to act? And then we'll do Quinn.
How far is he from me?
He's pretty close. I mean, you could stand up, take a step, and be in his face.
Can I stand up, take a step, and take an action?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's time to remember that Clock has judo skills.
Go
I'm
for
going
it.
to disarm him. What would I roll for that?
It depends on whether you want to leave him with 1 or 2 arms.
The less arms, the better.
Okay. It'll be, let's see, daring security. And you'll get to roll 3 dice because this is one of your focuses. I know this is one of your focuses.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
3. Oh, goody. All right. So do you have your unarmed strike on your character sheet as a weapon?
I do not.
Let's check your character sheet here real quick. You don't. You're right. All right. Hold on a sec. Let's see here. We'll just borrow somebody else's here.
No, I just noticed it gave me that same false security thing.
Did it?
Weird.
But you still managed to get a bunch of successes out of it.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So yeah, you punched the guy in the face, and because you rolled so well, we'll say that yeah, his disruptor goes flying. Quinn, how do you want to respond?
Want to put a force field up around these guys up here.
Not available. Old style trick.
Not available on an old style track. Okay. I don't have transporter controls on my console, do I?
Well, you could futz with it, but the transporters aren't quite so precise.
Yeah.
Again, old style trick. I mean, you're like 100 years until you get to stuff that you're thinking about.
She's going to seek cover.
Okay, you dive behind the captain. Fair enough. Did you want to do anything else? You know, you have a weapon. You can take a shot while you get behind the console. Okay, that's if you hit. So let's see if you hit first. That'll be a daring security roll at 2 dice, and we'll see how cooperative the dice are for you. Maybe it'll be actually daring security instead of false. Hey, okay, yeah, sweet, that's a hit. Pick a target. The big bad, the guy that shot you. All right, that's fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, got it. So let's see, this, and this. Gonzalez. So let's do this guy. He didn't have a good shot at anybody that's behind the console except for the Vulcan, but there's this red shirt, that's stunning his buddies, so he'll shoot a dollar. That would be this guy. Daring security 2. And hits. Of course. And it's be a disruptor. And this guy has a rifle. Okay. Yikes. 1, 2,
Ow.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that's. And your Dawa is just inhumanly tough. That would have taken any one of the rest of you out, but he's still there.
Yeah.
He's not happy.
I've got 4 stress left.
Yeah. And then this guy is going to shoot at the Vulcan. All right. Who will, if she survives. Okay. And misses. So Gonzalez. There's a huge firefight on the bridge. Clock and Taylor are hand to hand with their interlocutors, shall we say. You see a couple of the crew have taken hits. Your chief of security and operations are both hurt pretty badly. What do you do?
I'm going to shoot at the one closest to me.
Yeah, big bad. All right, go for it. It'll be a daring and security with 2 dice, and we'll see what you get. Oh, okay. And you get to roll your damage. Whatever phaser you happen to be carrying. It's probably a phaser 1, but we'll see what's on your character sheet. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me check on something. Because Quinn already hit this guy. He has a total of. He goes down. Between you and Quinn both hitting him, that's enough to take him down. Okay, our Vulcan dives out of her chair, takes cover next to the captain's chair, and fires at this guy back here that hasn't engaged yet. All right. So this is a Starfleet con officer. Daring and security. It's not her main cup of tea, but we'll see. Okay, nice. That hits. And she has a phaser 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 against this guy. Come on. Who fires back? See here. And he misses. All right. So there you go. I mean, that's essentially one round of combat, and getting shot by disruptors and phasers is pretty deadly. So let's see. He moves up forward. He's trying to get to the captain, but yeah, that's not going to happen right now. So let's go back down to engineering. The sound. Howdy, Neff. How's it going?
Not bad, aside from not realizing what time it is.
Yeah, you're going to be very disappointed in that you missed last week and you missed a player death.
I wouldn't say I missed it.
Well, it wasn't directed at you. Yeah, there's that.
I figured that was the only way to survive was not to be there. Is that right?
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly.
Let's just say Carrick's disarming traps from now on.
Yeah, with his head.
He is good at that.
So you're not sure what's going on outside Brooklyn, except that the firefighting continues. You know, there's obviously still some resistance out here in the main corridor.
Well, given that,
To your alarm, Baxter and Chamberlain say they hear something. Tink, tink. Slap onto the door.
All right, we'll tell them to back away.
Yeah, they back away. Now, where precisely do you want to be when this comes down?
All right, I'm going to go back toward the ladder where I can still see the doorway and get a shot.
All right.
I want to dispatch 2 guys that, you know, before they talk about blowing the door, if they don't get through, I was thinking about flooding the corridor with coolant.
All right.
Since there were so many of them concentrated together.
So
I want to dispatch a couple guys to try to get in position for that.
yeah, Luce sends Tayson and Baxter to the Jeffries tubes. They're going to end up over here near the main impulse engine. Yeah,
somewhere.
Well, they have to go up your ladder and then through the Jeffries tubes and around, but they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And eventually they'll be over here, and the coolant's going to come raining down from above in this corridor here.
Like
so that leaves
set up over in here. We can catch them in a crossfire a little bit where they're kind of pinned at the door. I'm hoping.
Yeah. So that's what you end up with. Is Surrogate. He's still manning the console and keeping the engines going. Now you've got Luce, who somehow has managed to come up with a phaser rifle. You're not sure where he hid that.
Well, there's a little armory in there for such things, but just whatever's in there.
And then you got Chamberlain here. So sure enough, yes, they blow the door and come rushing through.
All right.
So you get your chance to take shots.
Here we go. All right. Airing and security 2. Frack.
All right. So that's a miss. And we'll give Luce a chance and Chamberlain a chance.
I'll try to scramble up the ladder. Maybe I can get the high ground. Pretend it's an EA game.
We'll say you did that ahead of time, because that's probably the better place for you anyway.
Yeah.
And when they blew the door, the Vulcan gets off the console and pulls his weapon. I mean, there's there's a time for poking buttons. There's a time to shooting things. So so here you go. Your engineers start shooting. See if this goes. Is it going to work? So Luce misses, Chamberlain misses, and the Vulcan misses. We're engineers, not security guys.
Yeah. We're going to have drills.
Yeah.
Because that's one of my focuses. I thought I had one, for marksmanship. I can't remember.
Well, that's fine. If you next time roll a 3.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to remind folks that you have the ability to add threat to juice your rolls.
Yeah.
It ultimately gives an advantage to the bad guys. But if you're desperate enough, or you need them to not be in main engineering, that's something that you can do. So one of these guys ducks around and takes cover. They fire wildly into main engineering, really just to kind of keep you guys under cover. But one of them's headed towards Luce's console. Right? You kind of know what's going on with that. Whereas the other two are staying outside the door and taking shots at anybody that tries to interfere. All right. They're using that big door for cover.
Yeah.
They may have a shot at you, Bricklin, so let's see how that works. All right. I'm going to say that they
get a good beat on my boots.
Yeah. Okay, we'll give one of them a shot at you. That'll be the fair thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's about the only one I've got line of sight on. Yeah, of course.
Of course. All right. Well, here goes. It's going to hurt.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So.
All right.
Bricklin, you get hit by a disruptor rifle blast, which is not gentle.
All right. Has me down to 4.
That's that. Now, you folks in sickbay. All right.
Yes.
So you've loaded up on weapons and marching outside of the armory, you run across Neff, who's coming back with a sandwich in his mouth, going, "What's going on?"
Hand him a gun.
Neff, someone hands you a phaser 3, a phaser rifle. Is he gone? Is he still there? Did we lose Neff?
He's still there.
Okay, I see him now.
Muted.
All right. Yeah, I think he's too shocked to respond. It's like, what is this? What are you giving me this for?
Can't talk eating.
So we'll say that he takes it mutely and follows with the group. Which area do you want to go to that's under attack? Again, you're the senior officer. Smythe is thinking engineering, because if
closer to us,
you're kind of right smack dab in the middle of the ship,
okay.
main engineering would be the easier to get to, because you don't have to take a turbo lift. You can just run aft through the halls. It's nearly the same deck.
That's probably the way to go then.
Okay. So let's grab all you folks. And of course, at this time, you don't know how the fights are going. You haven't heard a thing from either place.
Right.
You just know that, stuff's going down. So I'll have you pop up in main engineering next round.
Chris is AFK for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, let me find Neff's guy. Somehow Neff, even silent, managed to avoid this death march.
I was going to say, I told people when they came to my door I had a containment field that they don't want me to open.
Yeah. There's probably wisdom to that. Let's see. Do that. Oh, there you are. I found you. All right. Engineer. So to catch you up, the ship's been boarded by Orions. It happened shortly after you unveiled the ruse. They are involved in whatever's going on with the Windsor, and it was pretty clear that that you were poking in their business when you ran to probe into their moon base. So, or adjacent to the moon base, I should say. So that's why suddenly this thing is happening. Okay, so hold on.
People get upset when you probe them.
Yes, they do. Let's move this off there. Okay, great. So another round on the bridge. All right, let's start with Dawa. Yeah,
Okay.
it's on now. I mean, it's majorly
He's on like Donkey Kong.
Two of the
Not on the bridge right now.
Oh, I see. Two of the bad guys are down, but there's still a whole bunch, that are shooting at you or punching you, or as the case may be.
We're still not on the bridge right now.
So that doesn't look like the bridge.
It shouldn't be the bridge. Oh, you're right. It's not. That's the bridge.
Logan rolled a 2 up here. That means we should have at least 1 point of what you call it, right?
Yeah, momentum. I mean,
Momentum.
honestly, the rolls have not been great this evening, but yeah, you have at least 1 point.
All right. This weapons fire going everywhere is not good for everything that's going on.
It's very true.
Well, you just broke up my plan there, Matt.
Oh, sorry. I was repositioning where they were likely to be at this point. If you need them together, then we can do that.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
I want to pull a Kirk.
Okay.
I want to tackle both of them.
Shirt off.
So, okay, hold on. There's something obligatory if we're going to be doing that. See if I
I
can
see you
find
got
it.
your shirt off.
That's right. That's right. Oh, yeah, here it is. I found it. So, yes, he does that. Give it a shot.
Okay, so that'll be. Let me find my character here. I want to try to take both of them off their feet. I'm not caring too much about how much damage I do to them. I'm just trying to get them off their feet and on the ground so that they're not shooting at people.
Sweep the leg.
Roy Jenkins.
Yes. I have focus hand-to-hand combat.
Okay.
And I want to use the one of our points that give me 4 rolls, right?
Go for it. And there's actually a determination roll. Everybody has 3 points of determination that they haven't used, which also you can use for additional rolls or re-rolls. Okay. 2, 3. Well, let's see.
So we've at least got one of them.
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to give the first one. Let's see if he has any. Oh, man. It was just one roll. Okay. And the second one. Okay. So the one that's closest to you actually stays on his feet. It's the other guy that gets knocked down. The one that's behind. He didn't even see you coming. There you. Okay. We have an icon for this, I think. No, we actually don't. You would think, but whatever. How about that? Okay. So yeah, this guy is prone. Essentially, he gets knocked down. This guy was full on tackle, so he's basically now hand to hand with Dawa. All right, so that's that situation. We'll say this guy tries to retaliate. And we cue the combat music. Okay. Okay. You do get a chance to resist. So again, daring security. And
Daring
just roll
security.
And normally be 1 dice, but you get 2. So roll 2. Okay. Yeah, nothing happens to you. So you guys are just kind of standing there trading blows. This guy is down. Taylor and this guy in the back, similar sort of thing. There's hand-to-hand going on. So we'll do Taylor first. Unlike you, he doesn't do flying kicks. So, oh my God, maybe he does. We're starting to see some successes here. So let's see what the Orion does. None enough. Okay. There's another point of momentum there, by the way. All right. So that's going to be Taylor does this. Oh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which takes him out. He'd already been shot once. Okay. Clock, we'll go ahead and is Chris still AFK?
Yep, I'm back.
We'll let you do your hand-to-hand exchange with the one that you're facing.
All right, I'm gonna attempt to put him on the ground.
And so you get to roll daring security 3 dice. Okay, that's good enough to hit. See if he actually fends you off. I have my doubts. Nope. Roll your damage.
Oh, you have to roll it.
Oh, yeah,
on there.
you're borrowing somebody else's. Actually, kind of because of your training, let me use this here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what that does. Dude had. Come on, let me see it. That's getting him there. Another hit like that, and yeah, he'll be dreaming of something aside from fighting you.
Did I manage to get him prone?
Let's see.
Is he still bouncing around?
No, he's still bouncing around with that. Actually, I'll go ahead and give another roll on the prone thing. I know what you're trying to shoot for.
Basically, I'm using my judo to throw him at Quinn.
Quinn?
Not successfully, but
Let's go ahead and give it to you. He's not out, but what that does is you throw him over your shoulder into the rail. Ow. Like right there. Kind of have him pinned there. All right. So, Belmont.
I'm gonna shoot this one right here. That's not busy.
He looks like he's trying to work his way in to take on you. You know, those of you at the center, because obviously they want the captain. So yeah, you gotta stand up and take a shot. All right, go for it. Nope, no, that's a miss. All right, Quinn.
Quinn's gonna move out of the middle of the. Move over there and shoot this one right here.
Okay, he's prone, so we'll say you get 3 dice for your roll and see what you get. Good enough. So it'll be your phaser. Roll its damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, he's still there, but he's not happy. All right, let's see. Taylor Gonzalez.
I will shoot at the one closest to me again.
Yeah, that would be the one that Clock is just pinned to the railing there. He's looking a little surprised at being thrown over the shoulder of a woman that's only half his height. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and roll it. So you also get 3 dice because of his precarious situation here. Statuesque there, courtesy of Clark.
Daring security again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, you got it. And roll your phaser damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's out. Zip. And he just Clock. You see him get shot by Gonzalez in the back, and he just it kind of melts in front of you, sliding down the rail onto the floor. Thud.
Cap, I want at least 3/4 credit for that kill.
Noted.
And let's see, the Vulcan con officer also takes a shot at this last one here. Okay, yes. Wow. All right, 2 points of item. 1, 2, 3. Type 1 phaser. What? Oh, God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically max damage. And yes, that's enough to take him out. All right. This one has already gone. This one is prone and will be scampering back to his feet. Yeah, it looks like the tide is beginning to turn on the bridge. Back in main engineering. All right. So yeah, the fight continues. We'll start with you guys that are actually in main engineering, and then those that are approaching from the main hallway. Okay. So Brooklyn, you get to take your shot first. All right, Chris, you with us? No, we lost him, didn't we? Okay. Well, we will proceed without him then. Okay. So this guy, he and Brooklyn would have been exchanging fire, so we'll leave them out of it for the moment. This guy is going to take a shot from loose as he runs over there. Luce and Chamberlain both. All right. Nope. And nope. They are engineers. Then he's going to take a shot at Chamberlain and misses. Then let's see. This guy is going to try to. When the Vulcan pops his head out to take a shot at him, they'll exchange shots. And we'll see who hits who. So the Orion hit. And we'll see, since they're firing simultaneously, we'll also see what the engineer did. And the engineer missed. So let's say the Orion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's enough to take him out. So Ensign Sargent is killed. Meanwhile, this last guy down here is poking at the engineering console. And no success. So, and I thought I heard something. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, well, Chris is trying to make his way back, so we'll wait to resolve the shot between him and his target here momentarily. So we'll go down to this big group that just got here from sickbay. Smythe, a bunch of security guys, and a bunch of us and medical types. So, yeah, Smythe, leading the group, looks around the corner, can see that the Orions are at least two of them, and there are quite a few bodies that are scattered around the hallway. Other crewmen have been trying to dislodge them. All right. So Smythe looks over to the science hats, the blue shirts, and says, all right, we're going to move undercover up the hall here. I want you to stay here. And as we take those two out, then you'll be free to move in and deal with these casualties.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
All right. And then he turns to Marker, Peters, and Yamba. And I'm going to, Marker, you lay covering fire for us. Keep those guys pinned down. With just continuous fire from the rifle. And then the rest of us are going to move up the hall, door by door.
Something weird going on here, guys. I don't know what's up.
Hello. Welcome back.
I don't get it. I got happy lights on the router and modem both, but no connecting.
All right. Well, the status of things in your neck of the woods is the Orions, more of them have kind of filtered into that entrance area of main engineering, Luce's console.
Right on.
One of your engineers was killed just now. One of your ensigns. Now you are exchanging fire with another one of the Orions, and we were going to wait until you came back to do that, but you're not in a position to do the rolling right now.
Right. I'm still on the bridge screen and got a red banner. So
yeah. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that for you.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Sorry.
Oh no. You probably don't want me rolling for you. That's all.
It's still roll 20. So.
Yeah, it's still roll 20. Okay.
I'd be happy to roll for.
Oh, you hit. And let's do your damage.
I was actually doing better than I was on my own.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. That'll be enough to take him out. So that was a nice solid hit. But simultaneously, he's shooting back at you.
Yeah.
And you've already taken a hit, so here's hoping he doesn't have any luck. All right, 2. He fails. Yeah, he just clean miss. So, yeah, you took one out and managed to avoid getting taken out yourself. So that's a good deal. You're kind of trading life for life, though. All right. So let's see how our security team does, trying to go up this hall with no cover, practically. Okay. So the one opens up, just kind of continuous fire. Yeah, he didn't hit anything, but that's not the point. Nobody likes to be anywhere near a phaser 3 beam. And the rest of these guys charge.
Chris is AFK again.
Okay. And we'll say this is Smythe and his team, and I'm going to give him 3 because this is kind of a security focus. It's good enough. 2. Hey, bud. Oracle's come to visit. And so that's good enough to get them. Marker was going to stay down there. Peters in there. And Yambo was Smythe. Okay. Yeah, so they managed to scramble up the hall, but they're getting shot at in turn. Yeah, not that guy. And not that guy. All right. So that's the status of things in main engineering. Now back up on the bridge. All right. So we'll start with you, Dawa. You're facing off with this guy. Basically trading blows. So what's next for you?
Okay, I will trade another blow.
Go for it.
So daring, security, 3 dice because it's hand to hand.
Good enough. Let's see if he can overcome that. I have my doubts. He does not. So roll your hand-to-hand damage. Yeah, he's out. So he goes down. Now the guy that you managed to knock prone scrambles back to his feet, thinks that his buddy has you covered, how wrong he is, and so shoots at the person that's shooting him. That would be Quinn. All right. And misses.
Yay!
Yeah, yay. That would have been painful. Okay, so back on the other side, you got Taylor. There's actually
There went
nobody.
the science station.
Yes. Gonzalez, your station blows up. Taylor doesn't have a target to fight right now, so there's really only one left standing. He shoots at this guy. Sucks to be the last man. All right. So we're going to go here and there. Well, it did the thing again, didn't it? So we'll give him one more chance. Okay. He has a phaser rifle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's is well enough to put him down. Okay, and that's actually all 6 that were on the bridge. So the bridge has successfully repulsed the attack that was directed at it. Now, there were some injuries. I mean, Quinn and Dawa both took hits, pretty serious. But the rest of you are reasonably unscathed.
All right, well, first aid. What's first aid?
No, you need to be first aided, not deliver first aid.
Yeah.
Well, I know I need to be first aided, but I can also deliver first aid, and I have first aid in combat medicine. So.
Yeah, he ain't got time to bleed.
I immediately asked for a stats update.
So yeah, Saneth, she gets back up and gets to her station. Quinn, you're not feeling it. You just find the nearest chair and sit down. Dawa, let's give you a fitness, just a base fitness roll.
Base fitness and nothing else, huh?
Yeah.
2 dice.
Yeah, you're not really feeling it either. I mean, you try to put on the brave, I ain't got time to breathe face and manage to stagger over to Quinn, but when you start both bleeding on the console, that's pretty much it. So Taylor comes up to the 2 of you and tries to get that under control. Meanwhile, Clock, you get back to your station. In Belmont, you get back in the comfy chair, which is beat up a bit now for some damn reason.
Help me remember, do we have friendlies in the area?
No, they're
Yeah,
on their way.
Yeah, we were the friendlies in the area. I'm back.
That's right. So to answer your question, Belmont, there's still fighting in engineering. There is a security team down there, a medical team that's trying to get into the main hall. You're not sure what the situation inside main engineering is, but the sensors, shipboard life sensors indicate that the Orions are inside main engineering right now.
So I look at clock and I go, hey, send a message to the Sadat. Just anything in the system that we got coming, our ship may be compromised.
Yep, on it.
All right. And the other party is within Gonzalez. Let me get this set up for you.
Yeah, the Agrippa is the one coming to our location right now. Send that first.
Right. Now, this firefight on the bridge took about a minute. So for a minute, you haven't had any visibility on what's going on outside. And the situation has changed. Let's see. Let's go back to this one. Get everybody to cooperate with me. There we go. All right. Let me give you a peek at that first. So the Carson's drifted away from the moon. I mean, that's a direct result of the helmsman activating things as she dove for cover. So yeah, Carson has moved out of position. But you notice that the Orion Raider is right there on you, the Devouset. But another thing that's perhaps unexpected is USS Windsor, what's left of her anyway, is under tow by the Orson Welles.
So I immediately tell Clock for the Agrippa to target priority the Orson Welles.
Okay.
Disable that, that ship needs to be disabled. I know engineering is busy right now, but the Raider's not going to shoot on this because it has people on board. So we can keep shields up. Once we have engineering under control, we can, if any of these people are alive, we might be able to trick the Raider. Catch it with his pants down.
So that's what's happening on the bridge. Back to main engineering. All right. So this round, your two folks, Tan and Baxter, will be in position to flood this area with coolant. As you see, a lot of them have already moved out of the area, but that's still going to catch this guy that's undercover, and as well these two that are at the main entrance up front. So Brickland, you're up. What would you like to do?
Now, that was still my thinking, was to try to at least disable a couple of them for a minute.
All right. So you give them to go ahead, get that moving.
Yeah.
All right. So that'll happen at the end of this round. Now you've still got three that are basically messing with your consoles and in your main engineering area. So how do you want to proceed with those guys?
Trying to think of what kind of dirty tricks I've got down here.
You got all the dirty tricks.
Oh yeah. Well, I can get.
Can you erect a force field there?
No, can't do it. It'd be the whole day.
No internal force fields.
And that's not it over.
Yeah.
So I would have lose reverse polarity on his board. Feedback them.
Oh, okay. There's your dirty trick.
Yeah.
Blow the board. All right. Yeah, Luz goes over and gets started on that. It won't take long.
Yeah.
That'll probably. Did you want Chamberlain to do anything in particular? Just try to keep shooting at him.
Well, Chamberlain's got a good shot at this guy.
Yeah.
So I might give him a shot.
And that's what he does. Let's see if he can actually pull that off. All right. 2 dice. See how he does. He misses.
Okay.
The engineers.
Yeah. Well,
The chief, this really isn't the right sheet for him for this, but I'll give him a few extra dice to make that happen. So it'll be control, engineering. Yeah, okay. So Chamberlain takes a shot, and you see Luce go over to Sarragat's former console and start mashing buttons. You hear a klaxon go off. The klaxon's actually related to the coolant leak that's about to happen.
yeah.
But simultaneous to the klaxon, this console explodes. Basically, what he did, he overloaded a plasma conduit behind the console.
There you go.
Boom.
That's even better.
So let's see how that plays. Let's treat it like a phaser 3 hit. The first one on the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the first one's toast. They have 11 hit points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the other one's just barely hanging on. It gets blasted across the room. For those of you on the bridge, you have an engineering repeater station that indicates when stuff like this is going on, and the repeater station is not happy because there are plasma conduits going boom, and there's a coolant leak about to happen, and it's just saying, that place is falling apart.
Yeah. Radiation leak, very bad. Give us a minute to lock it down.
Yeah. How are you doing? Okay. This guy has 1 hit point left. And then the coolant leak happens. Now, that's about the time that Smythe and his team are about to make their next sprint. The coolant leak. See if I can find something suitable.
Yeah, green smoke.
Green smoke. Yeah. Should be nice. Well, I don't know.
I just do squigglies.
Yeah, I guess. But no, I actually have one of those volumetric fire things, and just wondering why that. Oh, that's maybe why. Everything. Searching for tokens. It wouldn't be a token. There it is. How would we define this? It's not tiny. It's not small. It's not medium. Yeah. Let's go with large. And it just pours out of that Jeffrey's tomb above those guys. Now, you had one that was outside. He gets caught in it. And that's enough to take him out.
Yeah.
The 2 that are over here see that coming around the corner at them, and they start running out into the hall where Smythe and his team have perfect shots at them. So here we go. I'm actually going to borrow your sheet for this because Smythe is particularly good at his job.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Let's see. Rat-a-tat-tat. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So this guy is almost down. Okay. One left. Hey, bud. Okay. What are you up to, cat? The cat was looking at the green flame like, what in the world? And then these other 2 security guys. All right. That's a miss. That's a hit. Guy at the end of the hall. Hits. All right. So they all have phaser rifles. Okay. Crewman's down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have an engineer that was there in the hall already that was taking shots. Neff, did you want to shoot at things, or you just content to, say, hey, I need to get back to my lab? Okay. The engineer didn't hit anything. That guy's out. This guy
definitely having drills.
Almost out. Okay. So we'll stick with engineering for a moment longer. There's only one left in main engineering. And so Lucen Chamberlain, he's, well, hold on. That thing's huge. All right. Tell you what, let's send you to the map. There we go. That's better.
Well, from their hidey hole, they can probably see it. They can turn it off now.
Well, this is one of those things. Once you've unleashed it,
Yeah, I got you.
now it's a fire that you have to put out. But you're still trying to take out your remaining guys. So let's let your engineers have their shots, and I think you will have this wrapped up here shortly. There you go. You want to take a shot at this last guy?
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay, you got him. Go ahead and roll your phaser damage. Yeah, I got him. So he is out of there. He got taken up by the big green fire. This guy actually sees what's coming at him from like all directions and turns and runs, which is probably the worst possible thing he could do. And we'll just say that he gets several phaser shots in the back for his effort. All right. So the Orion attempt to board the ship has been repulsed, not without losses. I mean, you suffered casualties too. First thing, while we're looking at main engineering in this fire, is Bricklin, you might want to make a control engineering roll to stop that. And you may have applicant bonuses. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. There you go. And so your other guys come down. So Bridge, you get a report from main engineering that they're secure. They've taken out there were 6 Orions that attempted to board.
I blowed my goddamn knee off, but I'm here.
Yeah, the initial report is 1, 2, 3 dead and a similar number injured, including Bricklin. And by this time, Mallory, as you get your team up there to the folks that have survived in main engineering, you hear that the bridge came under attack too, and they also have casualties. So
All right.
you pick where you want to be.
See if I can determine who has the worst injured and head there, and then try to get everyone else that's injured to sick bay.
Yeah, it's probably the bridge actually, because both Dawa and Quinn were pretty badly shot up.
Yeah, probably bridge. Somebody can help me limp to sick bay.
Yeah, Luce comes up and helps you, Bricklin, and you make your way there. So
And purrs and licks herself.
sometimes the old ways work, but in this case, probably not so much. So as a practical matter, what that means is that for you, Belmont, several of your major players you got taken off the board for what's about to happen in space here due to their injuries. All right.
Not out yet.
I'm not dead. I'm not.
And that's probably a good place to pause click.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you. Thank you.
I didn't die this time.
No, you did quite well. You beat the hell out of an Orion.
Woo.
Revenge for last week.
That's it.
The character sheet has they modified the character sheet, and one of the things they did is they changed the way the weapons worked. Before weapons have a base damage, and then you add your security roll to your security stat to the damage. So before you had, for example, I had an unarmed of 6. Because the unarmed is 1 damage plus your security score, which in my case is 5. Well, now it's automatically adding the security score to whatever your weapon's damage is. So we're going to need to go back through and redo the weapon damages in order to not be doing, 15 die hits.
It was pretty spectacular though while it was going on. Hey,
It's definitely
Worked
drama.
well in our favor.
Definitely drama.
And for us, the most important ones is unarmed strike is 1, phaser type 1 is 2, phaser type 3 is 3, and phaser type 4 or phaser rifle is 4.
yeah, all righty. Well, we'll worry about that another time. We'll just be happy with the result that we had. And,
Yeah.
understand it could have been worse.
Yeah.
And then Quinn and Dawa were both very close to not being happy.
Yes.
Yep.
So okay. Well, everyone, appreciate it. I guess it is Cyberpunk next week.
Indeed.
All right.
Another opportunity for us to get our characters killed.
Logan,
Just let-
got a question
let-
for you.
know that I won't be in the game tomorrow night. I've got to head to Clarksville for the week.
Okay.
In Valheim, if you go through the Misty portal up on the top, up there, there's armor and weapons and food and potions, and up on that second layer, all my stuff is down below. So please help yourself. There's plenty of food and everything. I'm going to have to go get resources to build more armor and weapons. I also have cloaks for the featherfall cloak.
Oh, all righty. Well, thank you for that.
Okay, back to Logan. My question was, what did you want for was standard array okay for stats on characters for your game?
What was that?
When you get your Ravenloft game going, was the standard array of stats going to be fine? Or
I believe so.
did you want something specific like point buy or?
I think they're all first level to start. That's about all he's got.
Yeah.
This is as much training for him as it is for us. So we may have to kind of help.
I made a couple of characters so that I could fill in holes wherever.
Yeah.
Wherever we need them. So
You don't want us all to be wizards with the minimum hit points.
That'd be an early death party.
Everyone
Everybody
casts fireball at the
fireball
same time.
I just got some experience rolling up a character, so I may just take that character back to level 1 when we'll see how I like playing the monk.
No, everyone plays a wild magic sorcerer.
Ooh.
I'll just reuse the dwarf fighter I was using.
I may use this barbarian I made for annihilation.
There you go.
Well,
bar.
yeah. Well, it should show you that we're at least thinking about, how we want to kind of fit a party in Ravenloft. So it might actually be something for you to go ahead and set us up a game, and we can create our characters and have you look at them and go, okay, these are my victims.
It is the proper attitude to go into Ravenloft with if you're a DM.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why I was going to take a wizard. Very powerful.
Yeah.
True power.
Last time I went, I took the +2 poison sword with me. Nothing like an evil weapon in Ravenloft. All right, good show. Be well, all. See if we all can't nurse ourselves back to health.
All
Yeah,
right,
there you
y'all
go.
have a good
See
night.
y'all later on.
Take care, all.
Take care, everybody.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good
Bye.
night, y'all.